Okay, so this is where we stopped in our last video, and I'm trying to continue. I was trying to say that after diluting, dilution helps us to reduce the concentration of these organisms on a slide to enable us to count. As you can see from this view, from this picture, this is the first dilution factor they just did. You can see there's so much amount of organisms here that of course they'll be too difficult to count. But as you continue diluting, your sample is beginning to reduce and you're having fewer organisms that you can now count, fewer colonies that you can now count. So that's the importance of diluting your sample. Okay, so this is just, I'm trying to explain more on how you calculate your dilution factor. And I'm now going to be talking about the advantages. Importantly, I wanted to mention that for you to calculate, you're going to take number of colonies that you have and multiply it by your dilution factor. That is how you get the colony forming unit for each plate. Sorry, let me just maximize. Okay, so now, as I said, for example, now if you're having 32 colonies, you will multiply it by the dilution factor. And for this example, we're using 1 over 10,000, and that is 32 times 10,000. So that's 320,000 bacterial cells. Okay, I gave more explanation which you can read through, but we can also discuss that in class. Advantages of this: we're able to count more visible living organism. It's quite easy to do, and at least it gives you a sense of the number of organisms that you have in your sample. The limitations of this is a quite difficult method, and sometimes there are clumps of organisms, colonies, which we will not be able to count, and we cannot differentiate them because in this method we are working with the principle that one colony equals one bacterial cell. So if we are having a cluster of colonies, that means we won't be able to count, and this is one of the limitations we have. So now turbidimetric method, this is just calculating the number of bacteria using the intensity of light that is being passed through this tube when they are put in a tube, and the light that is being shown on a spectrophotometer when this light passes through this tube. Okay, let's just go through to the pictorial explanation. This is an uninoculated tube, and you can see from the slide, from the picture, that at least 5 beam of light is hitting the spectrophotometer. But this tube now is inoculated with a broad culture of bacteria, and now we are only seeing 1 beam of light. So the intensity of this light, with the intensity of this light, we're able to calculate the amount of bacteria that we have in a sample. Okay, so sorry, my child is awake, but that's actually where we are going to be ending our class. And for that, I'll be giving you guys an assignment on how do we calculate microorganisms using the colorimeter. So that's the assignment for the day. Kindly do this assignment and submit in our next class. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.